Oh, wow. G'day everybody, welcome to my Aussie Garden Kitchen. If it's your first time here, my name's Darren, but please call me Daz. And in this video today, we're just going to go and have a look at my garden. Now it's been a while and I've had quite a few people ask me about what's going on. So as you can see, I'm here in my orchard. So what we'll do is we'll have a quick look in here. We'll go check out the veggies and my berries and stuff like that. So yeah, stick around and yeah, let's go check it out together. Thanks. So here I am in my orchard. Now I've got about 50 fruit trees, berry bushes and vines in total, I think. Now I'm only on a half-acre block, so I was quite surprised when I recently did a video on my orchard and discovered just how many fruit trees I've actually got here on my property. Crazy. Now in my orchard, I've got a variety of peaches, plums, apricots, pears, apples, cherries, and a couple of figs. Oh, and I've also got some thornless blackberries growing in here as well. Oh, I do have a mandarin in here as well. Now what I like to do with my fruit trees and some of my berries is to have a few varieties of each. That way I can get a longer growing season by having ones that ripen at different times. So for instance, my apples, I've got 3 varieties of apples and they ripen at different times. And I've got mandarins and oranges on the outside of the orchard here. And again, I've got a couple of different varieties and they'll ripen at slightly different times, extending that growing season for me. I've got 3 types of cherries and again, they all ripen at a different time, so that extends my growing season once again on my cherries. So what I've done here is I've pretty much set myself up. So I've got a long growing season with a variety of fruit, and I'm not having everything ripen at once and just be overloaded with picking fruit all at the one time. As you can see along here, I've got 4 mandarin and oranges, and the plan for these guys is to have them grow like a hedge along here. Now that's going to be a windbreak, stopping the wind that goes across into the orchard, but I'm also going to cut them at a manageable height so they're easy to pick fruit when I need, but also allow the light to come in over the top and go into the orchard and give the fruit in there all the light that it needs. So here we are in the latest addition to my garden. Now what I've done here is I've got 2 rows beside me with an arch sort of thing happening above me. And what I'm going to be doing is hopefully growing grapes on this side and thornless blackberries on this side. Now on this side, I've got 2 varieties of red grapes, seedless grapes, a flame and a red crimson, and they're going to grow along the wire and up over the top of the arch here. And then on my right hand side here, I've got 7 thornless blackberries that I've propagated for my own blackberries in the garden here. And the plan is to have them run all the way down here. And then I'll cut them off at about this high. And then what happens then is by cutting them off at this high, you're actually forcing branches to grow out sideways. And with those extra branches, they'll give more fruit. So hopefully one day I'll be able to walk along here, pick grapes from this side, pick grapes from above me, and also walk along here and just pick off thornless blackberries whenever I feel like it. Now in this dividing fence, I've got passion fruit growing on it. I've also got thornless blackberries, the mother plant of the thornless blackberries that I've now got in the orchard and growing here. And I've also got a lemon that is growing flat against the fence. It's kind of an espalier look, but it's a bit rough. And I've got 2 varieties of mulberries growing along the fence line there as well. I've got dwarf mulberries, there's 3 of those. And I've got a standard mulberry, and that's the very tall one down the end there. Oh, and I've also got a macadamia tree that's growing in a grow bag along that fence line as well. So this is just a little random patch of corn that I've got here. I've also got some beans actually growing in amongst it on the bottom. And I've got 3 sunflowers. I only got 3 to germinate, so I've got those here as well. So yeah, this is my little corn patch with beans and sunflowers, and I'll see how it goes. And of course I've got wire around it to stop the dog and the chickens. As you can see in my yard, I use a lot of wire to stop the chickens and the dog, but hey, it works. So this was my winter brassica bed. It still kind of is because I've got cauliflower still growing in here. Now, if you wondered about the white pegs, I closed a couple of leaves over the top of the heads of the cauliflower, just so the cauliflowers stay white, because the Australian sun can be quite harsh at times and they seem to discolour here. So I found that if I cover them, they look pretty good. I've also got some Brussels sprouts at the back here. A lot of them bolted, so I'm experimenting by taking the tops off those. And I've got one left here. And the reason for that is I want to collect the seeds, and also the flowers are great for the pollinators. So as you can see, I've got some pods here and I'm waiting to get the seeds from those Brussels sprouts. Now this garden bed is actually going to be one of my tomato garden beds, and I've already started with some moneymaker tomatoes that I've grown from seed, and they're just here in the end of the bed, and hopefully they'll settle in well and give me some nice tomatoes this summer. And just in here in this bed, I've got some Amish paste tomatoes happening, and I've got those protected from the chickens at the moment. It's a wet, miserable day here in Australia today, and unfortunately, I missed harvesting my garlic and onions by 1 day, so now they're quite soaked. As you can see, the onions really do need to be harvested. You can see the greens have started to fall over on top of them, and they're all a good size. And of course, another good indicator is you can see that they're going to seed. So with my brown onions, I always collect the seeds and I grow them from seed every year. So these ones are actually grown from seed from my onions the previous year. And of course, I'll be collecting these seeds and then growing them again next year from the seeds I collected this year. Not much going on in here in the greenhouse at the moment, but I've got jalapenos going and I'm looking forward to getting those out into the garden. This is my odds and ends shelf. Here I've got different types of flowers, and I don't know, there's mulberry cuttings and there's a small macadamia, and there's obviously flowers, and my avocado's in there somewhere, and just in the right corner there you can see my curry tree sticking up out of the top, which is just starting to flower. So this is my other sweet corn bed, and it looks like I've got a volunteer potato coming up in the corner over there. I had to start all of these from seed inside because of the mice, so hopefully they'll do fine. Most of them have transplanted well. This is my pea teepee. I used bits of wood from out in the forest, strung them together, and yeah, that's what I plan to grow my peas on. I've let some of my carrots go to seed and they just look fantastic. I really do love the look of them. This is my section for my potatoes in containers. I've got old food grade containers there at the back, and also washing machine cylinders that I've recycled. They're at the front there, and I've got different types of potatoes growing in those. And yep, I've got them covered by bird netting to stop the chickens again. Okay, so here I am in my favorite part of the garden. It's my raspberry bed. Anybody that knows me on this channel knows that I love my raspberries. Now I've got 3 raised garden beds, and in these garden beds I grow 2 varieties of raspberries. I grow everbearing and single bearing, and what that does is it gives me pretty much fresh raspberries for about 5 to 6 months of the year. It's absolutely fantastic. I've got the summer variety and I've got a fall variety, or autumn as we say over here. So what happens here is I'll have the summer variety, which have started fruiting already, going all the way through summer, and then when autumn, or fall as people say, when fall comes along, I've got those raspberries fruiting as well. So it's a great extended season, and I just love my fresh raspberries. Check this out. I've still got a month to go until summer, and I'm picking fresh raspberries already. Absolutely love it. Oh yeah, Daz approves. So this here is my lasagna bed. Now this one here, I'm growing butternut pumpkins, or butternut squash as people say in other parts of the world. I've got a couple of watermelons in here as well, growing together with them. I've even got one little borage growing here to try and get the flowers happening for pollinators. And I've got more flowers growing in pots, and I'll bring them over eventually when they start flowering. And then the plan is to have those here for the pollinators when the pumpkins and the watermelons start putting out their flowers. Now down the back over my shoulder, I've got red onions growing. I've had those in for a while and they're not too far off being harvested. Just leaving them in a little bit longer just to get a bit more size to those bulbs. Looks like somebody forgot to tell this guy over here that he's supposed to be purple like all the other ones. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm going to harvest him, cure him like the rest of them, and see what he tastes like compared to all the others. So this is my compost section. I have 2 bays. I normally have one going while using the other. Now this one just here where I am, it's pretty much depleted because it's spring here in Australia, and I've been using it on all my beds and all my pots. I've got another compost that's going to the back of the one just over here. That's looking pretty good. And I'm a bit slow this season on getting my next one started, but that's fine. You right there, girls? Now something I like to do here in my Aussie garden, see what I did there? My Aussie garden, my Aussie Garden Kitchen. Anyway, something I like to do here in my Aussie garden is to have Australian trees, bushes and shrubs growing. Now they encourage local birds, Australian native birds that live in the trees around in my yard and behind me in the bush. They come and feed quite often. I absolutely love it. So I have a range of plants here that grow flowers that are beneficial to them. And we can't forget the kangaroos. Kangaroos are here all the time. Unfortunately, the dog gets out here and barks at them at night time. Can be a bit of a pain, but hey, having kangaroos coming to your house every single day is a pretty cool thing to have. It's not very common here in Australia, and I'm quite fortunate. All right, well, thanks very much. I do appreciate you being here and checking out my video. Please check out my other videos on my channel. I've got cooking and gardening and all sorts of things, and I'll see you next time. Bye.